I'm going to be telling you how to get started on Fiverr and how you can start making your own money freelancing. For those of you who don't know, Fiverr is an online marketplace kind of thing where you can post gigs and get freelance work. I've been on there for a couple of months now, and when I first got started I couldn't really find anything talking about like actually how to get started and how to start making money. So that's what I'm going to be telling you today. So the first thing you need to do is to obviously create an account. It gives you lots of like areas to fill out, and that's really important to make sure that you fill out every single question that it asks you. It'll ask you for your location, not specific, just like the country. It asks you for your name, it asks you for your birthday, I think. I can't fully remember what they ask you, but every single field that they ask for information in, you need to give. That's one way that your account will be shown more. And that's a really good way to build trust with people. Another way is to make sure that you include a photo of yourself. Because it's online, people like to see and know what the person who they're talking to looks like. All of the communication and everything happens inside of the app or on the website. It's actually discouraged to email or even to Zoom anything. Having a picture of you on your account just provides a face for who the people are talking to, who's doing their work, etc. It really helps to create kind of an identity. The next thing you're going to want to do once you have your account sorted is to create a gig. This is how people will contact you. This is how people are going to buy from you. Basically, your gig can be anything. So it starts with I will. I have 3. I write SEO blogs, I do social media management, and I can do proofreading. So for my social media management one, I said I will manage your social media presence. The tag has to be a certain amount of words. Then you have different phases, different levels. So I have for 1 month, 2 months, and 3 months. And then you choose prices for each of them, each of the phases. You can also add extras to different ones if that's something that you want to do. You choose a section that your gig is under. So my social media management one is under the social media management. So it has different options for you to choose. You can build your phases, and then for the extras, it'll ask, am I creating content? Do I do engagement with followers? Do I do hashtag research? All that kind of stuff. And you can check those, and then people who are buying the gig will see, oh, this one doesn't create content, but this one does. This one does hashtag research, this one doesn't. You can also add extras to your gig, which is an extra might be content creation, an extra might be a hashtag package for when you're not working with them anymore. And then you can set your prices for that individually. Now that you have your gigs set up, there is a portion on the website and on the app called buyer requests. And basically you have a certain amount of requests that you can respond to. These requests are just that. It's people who are looking to hire a freelancer to do a certain job for them. In this buyer request, they put their needs, what they want, what they're looking for, and you can present an offer to them. So you hit send offer and you create what you're going to do. You give them a little bit of description, and if they want to, they can message you. And that is how you're going to get a lot of your gigs for the first little bit, because Fiverr has an integrated review system. And so when you're first starting out, it shows that you're a new seller. You're not going to be showing up. If someone searches proofreading, my proofreading gig doesn't show up in even the top 10, because there's people who've been doing it for longer and have a lot of reviews. To get your first reviews, you really want to go onto the buyer requests and just pitch yourself as much as you can every single day until you've reached your limit. Once you've done that, some things you can do is a skill test. So this is exactly what it sounds like. It's a test that you can take that gathers and kind of grades you on your skills. There's an English proficiency one, there's a writing one, I believe, a grammar one, and you can do these, and it shows up on your account that you've taken them, and it just gives your account that little extra boost. So my advice on using Fiverr: so make sure that your messages are answered. Don't let things sit into your inbox for too long. You do have a metric that shows you your average response time, and other people can see that as well. So make sure that you answer them on time. With saying that, there is a feature Because you put your location when you first signed up, there's a feature that tells the person that you're conversing with what time it is where you are. So if you're talking to someone, it'll say at the top, local time 7:42. And if it's really late, it gets to a certain point, I think it's 7 p.m, it'll tell you, it'll have a little pop-up, and this happens when on your side too. It says it's nighttime and this person might be asleep, don't expect quick responses. And I think just having that ingrained and built in is so important, because it makes sure that you don't have to worry about answering your messages overnight. Because Fiverr is a global platform, you are going to get messages at 2 o'clock in the morning, but it will tell them that you are not awake and that you are not online, and so they might have to wait. Another thing that I would suggest is that you can show personality when you're messaging with someone. You don't just want to be a corporate drone. People know that they are hiring a freelancer, that they are not hiring someone to be within their company. So if you want to be professional, but you can show personality. There is a metric inside of Fiverr that kind of counts how long it takes you to do an order. You set your delivery days, so it might be you set it for 30 days, and so it'll tell you how long. It's a big countdown, actually. A big countdown that says how long until your order is due. And you get a metric, basically, response time and delivery time. If you set your delivery time for 30 days and you're late, then that looks bad and it lowers that metric on your account. My advice is to deliver early. Most people are not going to be angry if you are doing their social media for a month but have done it within 2 days with their Hootsuite. So deliver early, or if you can't, make sure you're delivering at least on time. As I said earlier, Fiverr has ingrained reviews and kind of a hierarchy system based on those reviews. So you can ask people to review you. If you are doing work for someone and you deliver their gig, you can say, if you have time, please take it to give me a review because it really helps me on this platform. The last little tip that I have is to share your gigs. There are groups on Facebook where it is basically Fiverr but in a Facebook group, so people are looking for gigs and looking for freelancers. Doing it all through Fiverr means that you make sure you get paid, and if you don't get paid and it's a scam, then there's a company that you can go to get some kind of recourse for that. Also, I know I said that the last one was the last one, but this is actually the last one. Make sure your gigs have impeccable spelling and grammar. There's a description part of the gig, and make sure that everything's spelled well and makes sense, because that's going to look bad if you have a ton of spelling mistakes and your gig doesn't make any sense. Whether or not it's just because you made your gig in 5 minutes or because you are going to go back and fix it, people are going to think that's how you're going to treat their work. So yeah, just make sure that your gig is fully spelled right, put it through a spell check, use Grammarly, whatever. Just make sure that everything's spelled right and has good grammar. The last thing I want to say, which is kind of a little bit off topic, it's still about Fiverr, but make sure you don't overbook yourself. Please remember that Fiverr is work, and doing work, even though it's freelance, still takes up your time and your energy. I know when I started, I would accept every single gig that came my way because I needed the money, and I thought that if I said no, I would look bad. But it is still your time, it is still your energy, and you need to protect that. I think a lot of people think that freelancing and Fiverr is going to be easy because you're at home or you make your own hours, you do it whenever you want, but it is really time consuming. Depending on your gig, depending on what you're offering, it can be really time consuming and a lot of work. And if you're new to Fiverr, honestly, full transparency, you're not going to be getting a ton of gigs more than likely, but make sure that you know for when you do have hundreds of 5-star reviews, how many gigs you want to take on per month, just to keep your own mental health and mental sanity top tier. Okay, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below, subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.